Hello, good evening, good afternoon and good morning to all the students, whoever is watching this video. This is episode number 1 of KAFI with Karan. So now the purpose of bringing this first episode with you is to tell you about the CA, CS and ACCA courses. And today we have with us a well-known personality, the owner of Trisha Group of Institutions, CA Gopala Krishna Bhat sir. Hello
Namaste.
sir.
Namaste.
Good evening sir. Good evening. So we have sir with us and he himself is a chartered accountant. He is the owner of Trisha Group of Institutions and it is my pleasure to bring such a well-known personality in the very first episode of KAFI with Karan. What are we going to discuss in this episode? So here I will be putting forward some important questions where the CA, CS and ACCA students are struggling, and I want to ensure that their doubts get resolved when sir will answer to these questions. So I will pass on my first question to sir and let's see if we are able to understand what sir is trying to say. So sir is himself a costing faculty and an expert in the subject of costing from so many years. Apart from being an owner of such a huge institution, sir himself is a teacher by heart. So let's introduce sir and let's understand what sir wants to say on some of these topics which I want to ask him. Sir, the very first question, sir, like you are a practical subject faculty, I am a theory subject faculty, okay, and the most of the students nowadays, they are facing problem in the theory paper is that many students are being told that they have to mug up the, like say for example, if some auditing standard is taught to them, so the students are being told to mug up the internal points of the standard. So is it the correct approach of studying auditing, or is it the correct approach only mugging up can help, or conceptual clarity is also required?
Very nicely put across. So, what is my opinion or view is, if you take CA, it is looking at both practical and theory.
Yes, sir.
It is 50% practical and 50% theory.
Yes, sir. Absolutely correct.
Therefore, it is important for every student to give a weightage for both theory and practical.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If a student is good at one, not good at others, then the probability of clearing could be very difficult because there is an aggregate and he has to score 50%.
Correct.
Therefore, it is a wrong notion to say that CA is more of numbers or CS is more of theory.
Yes.
It's not so. The student has to give due weightage.
Due weightage and a balanced approach.
Now, when it comes to the next question you posed, whether student has to mug up or he should buy out those pointers and go ahead. I think it is not a regular 11th, 12th, or it could be graduation program. It is a professional course.
Yes, absolutely.
In the professional course, you need to understand. That's why it's a course where you need to get a conceptual clarity.
Yes, sir.
So concept learning is the fundamental in CA or CS or even in ACCA.
Excellent.
Therefore, it is wrong to say that I study this much and that I repeat in the examination. Of course, you have to study those pointers which is there in ICA material, or it could be any material. But you have to understand why that has come, why that section is introduced, what is the logic behind it,
correct, sir,
why that ceiling limit is there, why that we need to know, why that act came into picture,
yes, sir,
what if there is, say example, if there is a gratuity act, why that gratuity act came in, why that the employee, anything.
Yes, sir.
So sum up, I think you should do things by heart rather than by heart.
Yes, superb line mentioned by sir, that you should do things by heart rather than by heart. Fantastic.
Yes, sir.
So the moral of the whole story is that sir is telling to focus on conceptual clarity, and simply mugging up is not going to help you to solve the problem. Correct or not, sir?
Yeah, and that sometimes it so happens you may clear at one level.
Okay.
Even if you buy, but that is not going to work for a long time.
Yes.
Long time, completing your all levels, getting into a professional world, getting into a company.
Yes.
That kind of study is not going to work.
So if the student is inclined towards getting into corporate sector
or obtaining a good knowledge, he should do things, he should learn the logic behind
it and not simply mugging up.
Correct.
Fantastic. So I think students, please make a note of this point, that simply mugging things are not going to help you. Conceptual clarity at every stage is important, as rightly put up by sir. Sir, my next question is a very simple question, that when a student is studying for almost 7 to 8 months for a CA or a CS course, or even for ACCA course, then at the end it is not possible to revise on the last 1 or 1.5 day of the exam. So on the last 1.5 day of the exam, what should be the preparation strategy?
Very, very relevant question, because students get panicked in that last one day.
Yes.
So what I always used to tell students is, in the class you should write notes.
Okay.
In the era of all technology where you don't write too much, and finally you have to write the examination.
Yes, sir.
So keeping that in mind, the class going on, when you do on your self-study, when you refer your ICA material, something flashed to you, start writing.
Okay, so basically they have to start making shorthand notes, flash
notes.
Yeah.
And the day before exam, what I used to do is, I used to refer only those pointers which I have written.
Oh, superb, sir.
So I always say this, you may have wonderful study material, you may have books, textbook, but what you have written, that completely register in your RAM.
Sir. Yes, sir.
So
Absolutely.
you will remember for a long time, because you have written.
Yes,
it
sir.
could be as creative as possible you write in the class, so that you will remember for a long time.
Yes.
And generally that last one day, assume that you are going to study 12 hours or 14 hours. You split that 14 hours into, say, 10 chapter or 12 chapter.
Excellent, sir.
So
yes,
this
sir.
should go for 1.5 hours. This should be bigger chapter, could be 2 hours, 3
Yes,
hours.
sir.
Like that, you have to revise all chapters in that day.
Correct, sir.
And one tips to all the students is, you write exam, finish it off, throw your question paper to the dustbin, relax 1 hour, you sleep, start putting your efforts to the next one.
Yes, sir.
Each hour you think about past which already happened, you are killing the time of the next.
Yes.
exam.
So each hour you think about the past exam, you are killing the time for the subsequent exam.
Definitely. So
Yes.
therefore, those 10, 12 hours, 14 hours, having a night, good 8 hours, 6 hours to 8 hours sleep, having
Yes,
good
sir.
food,
Yes, sir.
being calm makes lot of difference. So that is
Absolutely.
important for that one day, and you should do at least 15 days earlier what you are going to do in that day.
Yes, sir.
Don't do R&D, research and development on that day.
Absolutely, sir.
Yes.
So don't do R&D, and whatever you have studied, just make pointers, as sir has rightly put up, and revise those pointers.
Correct.
Okay, that is what should be the preparation strategy for the 1.5 day of the exam. Yes, sir. Very nice, sir. So the next question what many students have asked is that whether they should attempt 100 marks paper. This question is more relevant for the theory subjects, that whether they should write just and fair answers, even if they don't know the answer, they should focus on completing the paper, or they should focus on writing 70 to 80 marks paper correctly. What you would advise, sir?
A student has to go for all 100 marks.
Okay.
Has to prepare and he has to write, because in 70-80 marks what happens, could be 3-4 questions wrong.
Correct, sir. Correct. Yeah.
The remaining questions he gets only, say, 6 mark, 5 mark, gets only 2 or 3 marks.
Yes, sir.
Then he may not be able to get that 50 mark number.
Yes.
So therefore important for a student to go for 100 marks.
So you should attempt 100, focus on attempting 100 marks paper.
Correct. And that will come only when student takes 3 to 4 mock exams.
Yes. So sir is also advising students to go for mock test paper.
Correct.
Prior to writing the main institute exam, it is better to write mock test exam.
Correct. So that he will get hold on going for all that 100 marks.
Yes,
and
yes.
irrespective of theory or practical, you have to approach for writing that 100 marks.
Yes, sir.
So in 10-15 minutes in the reading time you read, and you have a plan, balance your time, but you have to go for all 100 marks.
Okay.
That's the best way to do, so that you get that required number. If the paper is easy, just to give you one more liner here, if the paper is easy, theory,
Okay.
then the student has to think that he should go for scoring more than 80 to 90 marks.
Yes.
There could be another bouncer paper, it may be flashback to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, therefore it's important to crack maximum marks in case of such paper which are easy.
Okay.
Theory or practical. In fact, theory in sometimes is more scoring. Students score more than
85. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So basically what sir has to say on this, that you should focus on attempting 100 marks paper if we have got it correct, and give more and more mock test series so that you can come to know, you get a grip over the subject, and that will help you in attempting the entire paper. Fantastic, sir. Very useful information you are sharing with the students. And sir, the next question what students ask is, we have seen nowadays students are referring to so many materials, material after material. They will refer this book, they'll refer that book, and finally on the last day of the exam nothing is prepared and they get confused. If so many books were useful, then of course the result should have been of institute 50%, 60%, 70%. Why is the result not so improving in spite of having so many materials? So according to you, which is the best material that a student should refer?
Just to give you a little elaborative answer on this, I always say that there are different beliefs.
Yes, sir.
Let's say you should blindly believe few things.
Yes.
One is parents. They tell you for good things.
Yes.
One is about your guru. When a guru teaches you doubt on him, then he doesn't want to work.
Superb answer, sir. Very nice, sir. Very good to hear that.
This other one is about believing in yourself.
Yes.
Before the exam, many times you have self-doubt. The fourth one is God.
Yes,
the
sir.
fifth important is believe in one good book.
You
refer 10 books, you get confused.
Yes, sir.
So, because with the change in time, probably what we were not having that great opportunity when we learned, at least now students have lot many access.
Yes.
So, what I say is refer your institute material.
Yes.
That's the Bible,
yes,
Bhagavad Gita or Quran. Refer
yes,
that.
Yes, sir.
Refer one more notes or books which is provided to you in the coaching center. If at all you go for coaching.
Okay.
Though it is not mandatory.
Okay.
So these two is quite sufficient rather than going for any shortcut, handwritten books. I'll do everything in 20 pages, refer it. That's not going to work.
Yes, sir. True.
I'm telling you, study everything and you have written that 20 pages is okay. Someone else has given it his view. It may not be applicable.
Yes.
To you. Therefore, there is no shortcut, Karan, in the real life.
Yes.
You have to
totally agree.
You have to work it out. Therefore, I do not suggest you to refer so many books and get confused at the end, and many times quite nearer to the exam, it may mess up entire your learning.
Yes,
Therefore, study proper your study material plus one book.
Plus one book.
There will be easy way that few books might have given, lecturers might have given, coaching center, but refer one book.
One book.
All the shortcut, 10, 20 pages, I give everything, that could be only skeleton.
Yes.
You may think, look at it, but refer your notebook and material.
Absolutely, sir. So I think sir has rightly put up this answer that you have to believe in your guru, and institute material is always the Bible and the Gita and the Quran. And apart from that, you can refer to whichever coaching institute you have joined, but refer one book. Don't confuse yourself with so many books, as at the end you will not be getting hold of anything. Correct, sir?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Fantastic, sir. And sir, to conclude this episode, just one last final question, which is again a problem which today's young generation students are facing. I may call it as initially they love this, but at the end they realize that it has not worked for them, and that is some shortcut material which is being circulated on a Telegram channel or on a WhatsApp channel, some like CA Foundation law, sir. I saw that some shortcut material of 30 pages shortcut material somebody will circulate, and then students will start referring that 30 pages and they'll forget the entire 200 pages which they have written in the classroom. They'll forget the ACCA module, and they'll just on few days before exam they will start reading those 30-40 pages. So is it advisable, this type of shortcut and last minute change strategy? Is it advisable, sir?
It's not going to work at the end. That's my opinion.
Yes, sir.
I believe in few things where nth minute anything you do, it is a mess.
Yes, nth minute anything you do is a mess. Fantastic, sir.
So you should refer only those books which you have studied. Point one.
Yes, sir.
And I always say, example, there are say 50 concepts, not the chapter, only 50 concepts. You have studied, and your friend tells one more new things. Have you studied this? Have you gone through this particular section? I tell that in such cases, even if that question poses you one day before exam, you consider it out of syllabus.
Yes.
Because what you could not study in 6 months, what you could not study in last 100 days, what you can do in 10 hours.
Yes, sir. True.
What you studied, revise, repeat, refer, only those things.
Correct, sir.
So revise, refer, repeat so that you get rank R. I'll start with R.
Correct, sir.
So rather than referring something totally new, it's not going to work. Therefore, in the era where we are there, everything we want in short span. It's like a Maggie. But in CA CS, it's not going to happen that way.
So it's not a 2 minutes Maggie. It takes time.
It is not that way. You have to work in the building where it is written as success in the nth floor, 10th floor. There is no elevator. You have to go to
all the floors. You have to climb all the floors.
Climb all the stairs.
Yeah.
You have to go.
Yeah.
You don't have elevator. Therefore, student, let them prepare well. Let them not get panic. Let them give good importance to the health.
Correct, sir.
Good importance to the physical and mental well-being.
Health. Yes.
Prepare well. Be excited, energetic.
Correct, sir.
Refer those books which you are known it. Don't do anything something very
So don't do anything new.
And just keep pushing yourself and put a little best of your effort so that you don't regret.
Yes, sir. True.
And I always say you do everything, study one time, you do a revision, take 5 mock exams.
Correct.
Say 4 papers, 5 mock exam, 20 exams written, and your average comes, even if it is 40-45%, you can definitely make it to 50%.
50%. Yes.
If you are 50-55, go up to 70%.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
these are simple things which I suggest to the students. And
so sir is suggesting simple things to be followed. Revise, refer and rank. What 3 R's sir has put up. That if you want to score a rank, the best strategy would be to revise and to keep on referring the same material what you have studied before. Please don't use shortcut material. It is not going to be workable strategy. Am I correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
So this is how sir has answered to some of the queries which are general queries, although they are put up by the students, but students get confused. So that's why I will be introducing such wonderful personalities before you all people. So do keep on watching my episodes on KAFI with Karan. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Karan.
Thanks.
Nice talking to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.